Hello everybody, this is Parveen and I welcome you to the App DNA channel where we talk about all things apps. Today I'll be talking to you about the lead management app and how you can build a simple one with our low-code platform Zoho Creator. What is Zoho Creator? Zoho Creator is a new age low-code builder where we use a drag and drop interface to drag elements, drop them, build our workflows and deploy apps quickly. Even if you're a non-developer, you need not get intimidated with coding because with Creator today I'll show you how to build a lead management app with 5 easy steps. What is a lead management app? A lead management app will help you keep track of your leads and the activities that your sales representatives are doing with your leads. The first step, we will create forms to add your sales representatives. In the second, we will create new leads. Third, we will create activities for these leads and assign them to our sales reps. In the fourth, we will set reminders for our sales reps for their activities, and in the fifth step we will share the app with our sales reps so that they can keep track of their activities. Let's log into Creator and learn how to build forms with it. The first form we will be building will be to add our sales rep. Welcome to creator.zoho.com where we will be building our lead management app today. You have an option to either create a new application, or if you have been using spreadsheets to manage your leads, then you can simply import those files and an app will be created for you. I will click on new application and it takes me to the app gallery where I can either create an app from scratch or choose from one of these 50 pre-made applications that I have in my gallery. So one of these apps is the lead management app that I'll show you after we are done with the tutorial. We'll install it and check it out for us. But let's create one from scratch. I'll name it as Lead Management 2018. This takes me to the edit mode where we can create our forms, our workflows, our settings. So let's start with creating our first form, and that is to add a sales rep. Blank. Add sales representative. And this takes me to the form builder where we can drag and drop these data elements to create our first form. So for my sales rep, I want to know their name and their email. Hit done. And now I'll go to access this application where we can check our app in the live mode. So this is the edit mode where we build our app, and in the live mode we see our app running. Let's say the first sales representative is my friend Akshay. I submit, and in my add sales representatives report you can check that Akshay has been added as a sales rep. So here we learned how to build our first form. Now that we have our sales reps, we'll create another form to add our new leads. Now that we have created our sales reps, we are going to create a new form, and that is to add our leads. Here I would want to know the name of my lead, so I use the name field. Next, the email. I rename the name as lead name. The email as lead email. Next, I want to use the single line field for the job title. Another one for the company name, the phone number, and all of this I would place under the section of lead personal information. So I drag and drop all of them, and I'll name this section as personal info. Next, I'll use a separate section, and this one would be for the assignment information. In this section, I would like to know who this lead has been assigned to, who is the lead owner. So I'll use a special field called lookup, which is used to relate to forms. I want to look up my lead form and populate I want to use the sales representative form, and I want to populate the sales name here, sales rep's name. So I'll name this field as lead owner. Next, I want to know the lead status. What is the status of this lead? So I'll use the drop down field here, name the field as lead status. And the choices would be, and another one would be unqualified or lost. So every time a new lead is created, I want the status to be new by default. And next, I can use the multi-line field for any other information. So I'll just name it as comments. Hit done. And now we will go on to access our application in the live mode to check our app. So this is our lead form. We have our personal information and the assignment information. So because I'm the admin of the app, when I click on lead owner, I can check that Akshay, my sales rep, is there. What happens when Akshay logs in into the app? Then I want it to be auto-populated and Akshay should be assigned this lead automatically. For this, I will go on to create a new workflow. I want this workflow to be triggered while using the form add lead. I'll name the workflow assign lead owner. Add a new action, and here in the deluge script, I want when the form loads, I want this workflow to be triggered. Now this is the workflow builder, which is very similar to the form builder in that we are going to drag and drop these deluge tasks and create our workflow. These deluge tasks are blocks of code which make coding much easier. So I'm going to use the if task here. If I am the admin of the app and I have logged in, then I should be able to check all my sales reps in the lookup. But if the login user is not the admin user, that means if a sales rep is login, then I want a workflow to be triggered. So for this, I will type if Zoho.login user ID is not equal to Zoho.admin user ID. That means someone other than the manager is logging in. Then the lead owner should be populated with the login user's ID. For this, I will use fetch records. My variable would be input.lead owner. So first, I will go to the form add sales representative. I will check if the email matches Zoho.login user ID. So what this does is it goes to my sales rep form. It finds out all the records whose email matches, then it would fetch their ID, which is a unique identifier by creator. So this ID will be populated for my lead owners. So I need to disable the lead owner field for my sales reps. Update. Now, in the fifth step, when I share the app with my sales representatives, we will go and check how the form acts because of this workflow. For now, we will move on to our activity forms. Once the manager has assigned the leads to our sales reps, the lead owner now needs to set activities for their leads. We will go on to create a new form for our activity. I'll name the form as add activity. Here, I would use the lookup for my lead. So I want to know which lead are we arranging this activity for. So add lead, lead name, done. Next, I'll use the drop down for my activity type. I'll name it as activity type and the choices would be a call, a meeting, or an email. After my email activity, I want to know the status of this activity. Let the status be pending and completed, or scheduled and completed. Next, I'll use the date time field, which I would later auto-populate, and a multi-line field for the comments. Now in my status, every time that this form is submitted, I want the activity to be in the scheduled status by default. Only when it is completed can the lead owner come and put the status as completed. Now I hit done. We have a new section for activities here. So in add activity, I can choose my lead, my activity type, and then I'll add the report. So first I will go and create a new lead. Let's say the lead is lead owner is Akshay. Since I'm the admin, I can assign Akshay as the lead owner. Lead status by default is new. Comments are none. Add. In all leads, you can see that Pervin has been added as a lead. And now I'll create a new activity for Pervin. So add lead Pervin. The activity type is a call. And then you hit add. Now I will go and check in all activities. A call has been scheduled for me. Now what I want to do is that every time I create a new activity for my lead, let's say a call, a meeting, or email, I want that in my all leads, the status of the lead change to follow up, because once I have scheduled an activity, it is no longer a new lead, it's a lead who is going through a follow up. So for this, we will go and create a new workflow. It will happen while using the form add activity, run when a record is created, change lead status, add a new action. On successful form submit, here I will run the deluge tasks if. So if input dot activity type is not equal to null, so that means any kind of activity has been scheduled for a lead, then I will first assign a variable who will fetch the records from my lead form. So let's say my variable is fetch lead. It goes to my add lead form. It finds all the IDs which are equal to add lead field. So my fetch lead variable knows which lead I'm talking about because it is matching ID, which is a unique creator identifier for all the records, with the input that I've given for my add lead. So once it knows which lead I'm talking about, it can go and manipulate its status. So the lead status will now change to follow up. Hit save. And let's check if this is working. I'll reload my app. And this time, first we will go and check the lead status. The lead status for Parveen is new. So now I will add a new activity for Parveen. Add lead Parveen. Activity type is anything. Let's say a meeting and add. So now when I go to my all leads, the status of Parveen has changed to follow up because the lead owner has lined up some activity for Parveen. Now you might ask what happens when a lead has been won. How do I change this lead status? For this you simply click on this, edit, and here you can change the lead status to, let's say, 1, update. So now my Parveen has been won. The same you can do for the activities. Once an activity has been scheduled and it has been completed, I can go to edit, change the status to complete, and update it. So this is how your activity log works. And now I will create a Kanban report where I can see all the activities that are there in the pipeline. So go to report, click on Kanban, based on the form, add activity, group columns by activity type, name my report as activity log. So now I go to my app. In the activity log, you can check that there are scheduled activities and completed activities. So for Parveen, a call has been scheduled and a meeting has been completed. So this is how the activity log in Kanban report looks, and it's so much useful for the admin and the sales reps to check all their activities in a dashboard format. So let's move on to reminders. We will set schedules to send reminders to our sales reps about the activities that they have in store for their leads. Now, in our edit mode, we will create a new workflow which will ensure that our lead owners are sent a reminder every time an activity is lined up for them. So let's say a call is set up for tomorrow. I want that this app send a mail to my lead owner about the call. So this will be created with the new workflow which will be triggered on a scheduled date. Choose a date field. So the start field has been set up in the form add activity, and the field is the date time. Execute workflow on the above date. Now I want it to happen before, let's say, 60 minutes. Repeat the interval once. So it would be triggered 60 minutes before the activity schedule time. I'll name my workflow as activity reminder. And a new action would be a notification. I want an email to be sent from the admin user ID to the login user ID because the lead owner would be logged in. The subject would be, here I would type hi, and you can insert field. So hi, login user ID. You have an activity coming up in an hour, and here I can insert the fields that would give him an idea of the activity. So I would add the lead, comma, what's the activity type, comma, the status, and then the date time, most importantly, because they need to know when they have to be ready, and with a comment as well. so that they have a fair idea of what they're going to deal with. And then you can regards. So admin is ready and hit done. So my activity reminder is also done, and it would send a mail to my lead owners. Now I'll move on to sharing. Now that the app is done, we will share this app with our sales reps with the required views. Now that our app is ready, our sales reps are there, our leads are there, our activities are set up. I want to share the app with my sales rep. This would be done with this green button here, the sharing module. Share app with the user. Add a new user. I will add my friend Akshay. Choose a permission. I want to have a custom permission set for him. I'll name the permission as sales reps. And what are the permissions that I want to give them? Now I want to give them access to the add activity and also view the activity log and all activities. I want them to have access to the lead form so that they can be the lead owner, and they can also check all leads. They don't have the access to add sales reps because they are sales reps themselves. Now save and associate and share the app. What happens on Akshay's front will be found out immediately. This is Akshay's mail. And here he got an invite to access Lead Management 2018, which was sent by my ID. Go to the app. So this is Akshay's app. Since Akshay is a lead owner, our workflow is working and it gets auto-populated that Akshay is the lead owner. So let's say that Akshay fills up a new lead. Her name is Alice. Her email is, her job title CEO. Company name is also Alice. The lead status is new. Comment known. Hit add. So in all leads, now you can see that Alice is a new lead that was gained by Akshay. He can check all his leads right here. In activity, he can go select Alice. Activity type is email, and he can either put it completed right away. And in the activity log, Akshay can check out the email that was to be sent to Alice, and it isn't completed. So this is how the entire app works when it is shared with the sales rep. He cannot have access to the sales rep form, but for others he has access to the leads and the activities. We will have a quick recap of the app and check out the entire app in its totality. Let's have a quick recap of our lead management app. First up, I create a new sales representative. Let me say that I am creating a new one. Her email is. Now I submit and Alice gets added as a sales rep. Now I'll create a new lead. Let's say the lead's name is Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter is the CEO of the company called Madness. Now I will assign Alice as the lead owner of Mad Hatter and add. Now once I have added my sales rep, I have assigned a lead owner to my leads. In my all leads, Mad Hatter is present and Alice is the lead owner. Now in activities, I go and add a lead, Mad Hatter. Activity type is a meeting, status is completed, and I add it. In my activity log, I can check that Mad Hatter had gone through a meeting, and then I have my all activities. Now I can go and share this app with Alice. Alice.Wonderland, and I want to give her the permission to the sales rep's profile that I created. Once I share the app with her, I can go and check the mailbox of Alice, and here she has got an invitation to access the lead management app. When she opens the app, she will have access to the lead management. She can add a new lead and the lead owner gets auto-populated, and then she can go on to create new activities. She can also set reminders and check out the activity log. So this is our app in a nutshell. I'll take you to the app gallery now, where we will install the lead management app that our developers have built for us. We will now go to our app gallery through this new application, and here I will download the lead management app. I'll install the app. The app got installed, and right here I have a great dashboard where I can see new leads, follow-ups, under review, demo, and negotiation. So they have created a Kanban based on the status of the follow-up activities. Let's check out the activity form. Here I select my lead, my activity type, and status. So this form looks very similar to the one that I created. You have accounts where you can have separate accounts for companies that are interested in your product. So Zoho is interested in iPhone and the account owner is Anish. I have lost leads, I have contacts. There are a host of other kinds of reports. In admin panel, we have the sales reps and the product catalog. So this is very similar to the app that we built. If you don't want to build an app for yourself, you can install this lead management app and start using it right away. Now you can get your hands dirty with our lead management app, and if you have any questions about this app or any others, then feel free to comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more such app making videos. Till then, keep making apps and be happy.